Well, it's an important aspiration to try and get politicians to work together, and we know. I think we all know that this is a polarized time in politics. Maybe not as bad as what's happening in the US over these few days, but the last few years have been depressingly polarized, and very often folk draw battle lines and dig themselves into their side and seem to think that knocking down good ideas from the other side is far more important than putting forward their own positive ideas for change. I'm not going to pretend that I've got all of the solutions to that. I think the political will needs to be there to try and achieve it. And I hope that the Greens have mostly managed to make progress, not by trying to be opportunistic, but by putting forward good, positive ideas and trying to work with others, both on government and in the opposition parties, when we can. I think there's a real problem also in the relationship between the two governments, UK and Scottish. So when you've got an issue like energy, where some of the decisions, like planning, how the Scottish government's economic policy feeds into renewable energy, those are devolved. But you've got reserved decisions about the regulation of energy, about the metering, and about tariffs and so on. And they just don't fit together. They just don't fit together. Even things like energy efficiency, the Scottish government has to deliver the energy efficiency policies, but the UK government defines the obligations that rest with the energy suppliers for what they've got to spend on it. And it doesn't fit together. So we've got a real problem there. I think the one thing I would end this on, though, is thinking about the first Climate Change Act that we had in Scotland, not the most recent one, which in public terms didn't really make the impact in terms of public perception, I think. But the first one, we got this extraordinary dynamic where even in a fossil fuel producing country like Scotland, all the political parties, all 5 parties in Parliament, were trying to outbid each other on higher targets. All 5 parties successfully moved amendments to that first climate change bill that made it stronger. No one was trying to undermine it. And I think the way that we got that kind of political dynamic together was by demonstrating the breadth of non-political support and interest. It came from the unions, it came from business, it came from the churches, it came from community groups. That level of public engagement is what made the political parties work together. And I genuinely think political parties will try to work together when they know that is the public expectation on them. When they think that the public just want them to beat the other lot, that's human nature. That's what people end up doing. So we need to try and recreate that sense of public expectation that worked so well with the first Scottish climate change bill.